Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to see you today, because today is a special event for us. We are gathering here at Way Mountain Temple to celebrate Ullambana. That is a day where it's very Buddhist, where we get together and do something for our parents, to show our gratitude for our parents. If they are alive, then these blessings, the offerings you're making today, will be multiplied and go towards their welfare, whether it's food, clothing, medicine, shelter, whatever they need. Okay, and the blessings will go towards them to take care of them. It just seems to be the right thing to do, since they made so many sacrifices to take care of us. Okay, and I'm very proud of the fact we've been doing this for a long, long time together here. Okay, in SoCal, and also not just our current parents, if they're alive, but also 7 prior generations of our ancestors. Will be also receiving the blessings of our meritorious deeds today. Okay, and so it really makes me very, very happy. Does it really work? I asked myself that, it turns out that one of my ancestors is kind of stuck. And today, I looked at my particular ancestor, and the suffering has been relieved, has been lessened by 2/3 approximately. Okay, so just before we did, our intentions of doing something to take care of them resulted in such relief already. Okay, and I haven't looked yet what happened after we recited sutras and mantras and so forth. You see, so believe me, it makes a huge difference to the people, the beings who are suffering so much. If you wonder what kind of suffering, want to get a feel of it, try fasting at our temples. You see how much suffering that is. It's really unbearable. 24 hours a day, and for their lifetimes. It's that scary. Okay, and so the Buddha, in his wisdom, taught his sanghas, his disciples, to this particular Dharma. So that's why we're executing this Dharma on your behalf, for all of us. One thing I'd like to remind you is that, as in the sutra, it says that one of the Buddha's Arhat disciples, number 2 Arhat disciple, Mahamoggallana, he became a 4th-stage Arhat under the Buddha, and eventually he acquired spiritual penetration. It's a natural occurrence for our environment, for the Sangha environment. First you become 4th-stage Arhat, and then eventually you will attain spiritual penetration. It's a natural evolution. And why is that? It arises from our desires to benefit and help living beings, not to help ourselves. If the Sanghas were to only be keen upon acquiring spiritual penetrations to impress others, to make life more pleasant and pleasurable for them, to get more support, to be more famous. If that's the intention, the spiritual penetration probably won't come. If they do, it's very, very limited. Okay, and so that's what happens naturally in the Sangha training under the Buddha. In our tradition, eventually we all develop spiritual penetrations because of our desire to help others, and when after he got his spiritual powers, the first thing he did, was to look at his parents and saw that his mother was suffering in the hungry ghost environment. Okay, and so that's why he tried to help, but he could not help. So he asked the Buddhas for help, and the Buddha taught him this Dharma here, the Ullambana Dharma, what we just executed. And that was able to help his mother attain liberation and was reborn to the heavens. Okay? And the one point here that needs to be pointed out is that even for a person, or Sangha of great virtues like Mahamoggallana, which is number 2 in spiritual penetration, as certified by the Buddha, he himself could not do it. He could not save his mother. Okay, so how was he able to help? He's able to help because this particular Dharma here is practiced, draws upon the powers, spiritual powers of the Sanghas of the 10 directions. In particular, it says that thanks to the power of the bodhisattvas, the collective powers of bodhisattvas, that when they put their minds together, put their efforts together, we are able to save living beings who are suffering. Okay, so it's a reminder for all of you, whether it's lay people or left-home people. Actually, it's quite a bit of work left that we all have to do. Okay, before we can really help save a lot of living beings. Meaning that, in particular, so many of you have reached 4th stage arhats already. In that arhat range, you still are not able to help living beings that much. Okay, you need to forge ahead and work harder and become bodhisattvas, reach bodhisattva levels before you really have the power to help others. So it's kind of sounds like belittling the arhats. But after the arhats, like even Mahamoggallana, acquired his spiritual penetration, he couldn't even help his own ancestors who are suffering. You see, and so let alone, this is from the Buddha's wisdom, and this is verified by his own disciples, Mahamoggallana, who knew that he could fly to his mother, his late mother, bring her a bowl of rice because she's hungry, so hungry, it's not fun at all, and so she first thing she did was to cover up the bowl of rice because otherwise the other hungry ghosts would also be fighting for it. And then the right hand would be to make a bowl of rice, make a bowl, turn the rice into a ball. What do we do that? I don't think we Americans do that, right? Only Asians do that. American, we use forks. Anyway, so we made a bowl of rice, like the Japanese, and then they go, and she put it in her mouth, and it turned into hot coals. And that's the nature of the retribution for such beings. They're supposed to suffer, okay? Can't feed them. And so with all the spiritual penetrations, Mahamoggallana could still not help his mother at all. Okay. On the other hand, when Excuse me. On the other hand, when the collective power of all the bodhisattvas in the 10 directions throughout the entire universe, they put the minds together, put their efforts together, they're able to really provide help for all the living beings. Okay? And so this is so Buddhist. It's a very proud Buddhist tradition. This is why I'm so happy to see so many of you gather here at our temples and execute this Dharma together. All right? Any questions? Comments? Yes? One.
Emitofuo Master, I just want to thank you. So my grandmother, 3 days ago, started showing up and saying she needs help. I didn't look at the calendar, so I just decided to come over the weekend and, recite. Lucky me is Ullambana. And yesterday she came even more stronger to tell me she was in a really bad place. I can see her suffering. And today in the morning, I was able to get a plaque. And so I can see her later on, in the middle of the ceremony, she was actually really grateful. And it's the first time I see her so close after so many years. She passed a long time ago. So I wanted to thank you for that. It's a great opportunity that you have. I didn't know she was in deep suffering. So I was able to see her so grateful, and I was so joyful for it. So thank you so much. Not only on her behalf, but all my ancestors, my mom and my dad. It was a really good experience. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the feedback. Actually, it's very difficult for the deceased or living beings who are in trouble to be able to reach us. It's very, very difficult. They are bound, and they're suffering so much that they don't have the clarity of knowing where to go for help. Does it make sense to you? They're in trouble, they're in big trouble, they're supposed to suffer until the end of their lives, and then after that, they will continue to suffer in a similar kind of fate. That's what the sutra says. It says, after the Ullambana, after the Dharma was executed, the mother of Mahamoggaliyana immediately was able to eradicate all the hungry ghost sufferings, which means that you have this one type of hungry ghost that you live for a long, long time, millions and hundreds of millions of years. After you're done, you're dead, so you suffer of thirst and hunger for a long, long time. And after at the end of their lives, they then become a hungry ghost, another type of hungry ghost. So it's many, many lifetimes as hungry ghosts. So there's a lot of suffering, folks. It's not funny, let me assure you. Right now, you're in control of your lives, but once you fall into that realm, it's one type of hungry ghost after another, after another. One could be like a Spanish hungry ghost. And then you become American hungry ghost, and so forth. It's very scary. Okay? And if you fall into that state, you're suffering so much. Those of you who were fasting at our temple, when you were so hungry and tired, could you even think of doing anything, let alone come and ask for help? Have you thought about it? You think when you were that hungry, you could think, oh, let me go ask for help. No, it was so painful that you think you want to die, that's all. Anyone reach a state when you fasted? I'm scary. See, some people, I will never fast. Yeah, not for me. See, it hurts so much that you only want to die. And so you can't wait to die because it's just too much. You can't handle it. When you're in that state 24 hours a day, how can you possibly think of asking for help at all? It's impossible. So that's why for her grandmother, her great-grandmother, to even come and relay and ask her for help, how could it have happened? It's because of the Bodhisattva's help. Make sense to you? Okay, they're watching over us because you're sincere and you have blessings. That's why you're able to. This lesson is for her, not just for the grandmother. Grandmother is supposed to suffer. Okay, that's her retribution. But this lesson is for her to help her reinforce her faith. Does it make sense? So your sincerity matters. The responses, as Master YongHua, my Chinese teacher, said, the response happens is in accord with your sincerity. When you're sincere, you will get responses from the Dharma you're practicing. Okay, so not just this Ullambana Dharma, but for example, some people had some responses from the 49-day Dharma and so forth, because it's from their sincerity. Okay? Anyone else has any questions and comments? Yeah, go ahead. 5.
Hello, Master. I have a comment and a question. As you were talking about hungry, I thought about it myself. And when I got hungry, I really couldn't think about anything else to recite Buddha or get help. I was just thinking about suffering and thinking about food. I couldn't think of anything else. No Buddha, Dharma, or anything.
It's nice you could still think of food. Congratulations.
And then I have a question, Master.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Ullambana Dharma is a Sangha Dharma. I personally know of like a Chu-Chao temple, like, run by the Buddhists, run by like Taoist layperson. So they also celebrate Ullambana. They do like food offering. Mm-hmm. My question is it the same as like going to a actual monk temple? Like, do we have to go to like a actually monastic monk and nun temple for the Ullambana to be effective? Or like the lay people, they do sincerely food offering on this day? Is it the same thing? Do they get like the same help or like the 7th generation?
Is this a trick question?
No, Master. It's a real question.
What do you expect? How do you expect me to answer it?
Daniel has a...
Yes, Daniel, Catholic Daniel, everyone. If you haven't met him yet, he's from a church, a real church.
Can I answer her?
Absolutely.
No.
How can you be so sure? The answer is yes, actually. Because the Dharma there was transmitted from the Buddha to his Sangha, to his Sanghan disciple, Ulana. So the offering was to offering on that day, on the 15th day of the 7th lunar month, when you make an offering on that particular day, that's the end of the Sangha's summer retreat. That's when the Sanghas then, in all over the 10 directions, they would then perform the ceremony, okay, to benefit, to transform all your offerings. Okay, all the offerings you see right there, okay, will go to not us. Lucky for you. When you offer it to us, not much is going to happen. Let's face it. Okay? But that there, the Buddha who knew better. The Buddha knew that if you make an offering today, right there in the center and right in my pocket here, it's not too late yet. And so that all these offerings go to all the Sanghas of the 10 directions. It's transformed by this Dharma to go to all the Sanghas of the 10 directions. Go to this. Everyone here, whether it's Hinayana monk, Mahayana monks, half monks, quarter monk, and it doesn't matter. It all go to all of us are executing a Dharma to transform the blessings of your offerings. Okay, your offerings do blessings to be shared. Okay, to all the people who are making offerings first. Okay, and so as you can imagine, it's not just us reciting. It's like maybe like a gazillion more Sanghas reciting. Isn't that cool? From in all the 10 directions. So that's why the blessings generated are just tremendous. Okay, but on the other hand, there are also a lot of people making offerings as well. Probably gazillions of living beings making offerings as well. So anyway, so you see, so even with all these offerings, okay, so the Dharma that the Buddha taught is for you to go to a temple, and the temple executes the Dharma. Okay, and the Dharma is that offering right there goes to the Sangha of the 10 directions. Okay, it doesn't specifically say that you must be a Sangha. So you can go to any temple. Okay, this is when you don't need to come to our temple at all. Even though you like it more, you come. That's why I'm so happy. Remember I first started saying, I'm so happy to see you today because you Chiu Chao used to be a Chiu Chao temple, Vietnam temple, Catholic temple, you know. You can't monopolize this. And so you can show up at any temple to execute this Dharma, and then it's being done. You reap the benefits of all the Sanghas' efforts from the 10 directions. Okay? Daniel, you're wrong, unfortunately. Only for this Dharma, folks. Okay, good question. You guys ask very good questions. Yeah, I don't need to prepare lecture materials anymore. Just sit here and field questions. Yes, over there. Give a microphone, please. And I'm so proud that normally the temple is empty, but on today it's like so full. So
hello.
We really do this. We really like to do this.
Mô Phật Thầy, con chỉ xin hỏi mấy câu hà. Giống như họ có chùa này chùa nọ họ cúng. Giống như con thì mỗi năm con ở nhà gần tháng 7 con cũng cúng ở nhà, cúng trước cửa đó, cúng cô hồn vậy đó, ý là vậy đó. Con cũng làm cơm đồ ăn rồi con cúng, rồi con tụng chú Đại Bi, rồi con tụng chú Đản Sanh, rồi con niệm Phật đồ đó, hồi hướng cho họ có ăn được không, lấy được không thầy?
Được chứ, nhưng đều. Oh, never mind translation.
Được không thầy? Dạ được thầy con cúng, còn không được thầy con không cúng nữa. Tới đến chùa cúng thôi. Con tính hỏi vậy đó thầy.
Okay.
Cái hồi nào tới giờ con năm nào cũng có cúng hết trơn á, mà cúng ngoài trước cửa á.
Okay. Go ahead. Let's try a new translator. For her to create some merit and virtue today. Don't screw it up. Hang on. Go ahead.
Mô Phật thầy. Dạ biết.
Just a minute. Let her translate.
Namo Amitabha, Master. I would like to ask a question for just a few minutes. And for the temple here, usually during the month, 7th month of the year, I would help out the hungry ghosts in front of our front door by giving offerings and food to them. I usually read the compassion mantra, the rebirth mantra, and Amitabha's name to help them with rebirth and to help with their suffering and to transfer merit to them. But I would like to know if that actually does help them or not. If it does, then I would like to continue it. And if it doesn't, then I will stop. But I would like your advice as to whether I should continue that practice at home or just do it at the temple.
Okay, very good. Okay, how is the translation, first of all? Yeah, okay. Okay, keep it up. Very good. Increase your samadhi power. Okay, let me answer her. Make sure you recite the 3 mantras before they can eat. Okay, the 3 mantras that we teach everyone. Okay, recite those mantras. Make sure you do that. Okay, very good. She's doing that very good. Actually, a lot of Asians do this. They on this particular day, the 15th day of the 7th lunar month, they would make offerings to at their homes, at their businesses. Some even invite the monks and nuns to go to their homes or their businesses. Actually, some businesses in Taiwan, for example, they would invite the monks to their businesses, and they would offer very fancy the 5 cereals. The 5 cereals, incense made of 5 cereals, and they burn it, and the ghost will come and eat it. Very nutritious for them. It has potassium, it has protein, it has magnesium, all the good stuff. Okay, so nutritious. So they all, Daniel is so jealous. He's so envious. Look at his face. See, you Buddhists know so much. And so when you do that, actually it's very helpful to do that. And in some businesses, sometimes they forgot to do that. Some years they said, the owner is sick or in travel or something, so they forgot to do it. And the ghosts would remind them by throwing things through windows and stuff. Okay, so it's very helpful is the answer, first part of the answer, yes, it's very helpful. Number 2, as my joke said, you have to continue that. Otherwise, they look forward to it. For us, it's a year. For them, it's like a week. Okay, so that's why they really look forward to it. And if you stop doing that, they get very upset, and it would cause problems for you. Okay, and so you should continue to do that, and if you wish, but eventually in the future, you have to be careful not to neglect it. Okay? Yes, I have over there, number 8.
Kính thưa Thầy, hôm nay là ngày lễ Vu Lan, báo hiếu cha mẹ, mà con chỉ có một bà mẹ già, bà đã qua đời rồi, và con xin thành đại gia đình con thành kính cảm ơn thầy đã giúp cho mẹ con được về vãng sanh. Thời gian qua mà con thì thời gian này con rất nhớ mẹ con, mà con xin cho con được nằm chim bao thấy gặp mặt một lần, mà chắc về vãng sanh ở rồi không có xuống được, cho nên không có cho con thấy được hả thầy? Thì con rất thành kính cảm ơn thầy. Thời gian qua cả đại gia đình con đã được thầy lo cho mẹ con về vãng sanh. Con thành thật xin cảm ơn thầy trong mùa Vu Lan báo hiếu này để đền ơn. Tại giờ hậu giờ con chưa có trực tiếp để cảm ơn thầy nhiều. Dạ, con xin cảm ơn thầy.
Thank you, Master. Hello, Master. Today is Ullambana, and I have one mother. She has already passed, but we are very thankful and grateful to you for helping us and helping her. And I have greatly missed my mother and would like to see her, but I guess it's because she has already passed on to the Pure Land or found rebirth. That's why I cannot see her. Is that so, Master? Also, I would like to thank you greatly for helping my whole family these past few years.
She would like to appreciate the whole family would appreciate Master that helped the family, her mother, rebirth to the Pure Land, and in the spirit of Ullambana. Back then, she doesn't have a chance to say thanks to Master. So now is the time, and I represent my whole family, would like to show appreciation to Master that helped my mother rebirth to the Pure Land. Thank you, Master.
Okay, thank you. Very quick answer for you. Whether someone who goes to the Pure Land can go back and pay you a visit or not is beyond me. I don't have control. Okay, the coming and going of all of those people there, those residents, are controlled by Amitabha Buddha. I have no control over it. So it's up to the Buddha to decide whether it's a good thing to do for you and for the residents or not. Okay, this is a matter of the faith as well. If you really have faith, you just have to believe that the Buddha, in all his wisdom, would decide what's best for her and for you. Okay, so don't worry about it. Don't be too attached to it. Okay, but thank you for the feedback. Yes, 9.
Dạ, con kính thưa Thầy. Ngày hôm nay là một ngày đại lễ Vu Lan, khi mà bước đầu tiên, khi mà tiếng trống và tiếng chuông hòa nhập vào nhau và các câu kinh bắt đầu và đảnh lễ, thì con đã vui mừng, rơi nước mắt cảm động được Thầy và chư vị ni sư ở đây và tất cả đại chúng cùng tụ họp nơi này rất là đông. Và con cũng có một cái câu hỏi là ông ngoại con mất đến nay là 50 năm rồi, nhưng mà hồi lúc 30 năm về trước á, thì con đã ngủ thấy ông về, mà trước đó thì tại vì con trì kinh Địa Tạng và con xin để được thấy ông ở chuyển về cái cảnh giới nào, và sau đó thì con đã được thấy ông về. Thì cái lúc đó Thùy và đứa con trai con còn rất là nhỏ, thì con đã thấy được cảnh tượng con chạy chiếc xe đạp mà rất là nhanh như là bay vậy đó, vào trong cái khu đó, khu rừng, và vào nơi cái nhà đó thì gặp ông rất là khổ, không có nói được gì hết. Và sau đó con đã gặp một người nữ mặc bộ đồ trắng và vào và nói là mời cô ra đã hết, mời em ra đã hết giờ rồi, thì con về. Sau đó con đã khóc thật nhiều trong cái giấc chim bao. Thì sau đó con đã gửi tình tài về Việt Nam để làm trai tăng cúng dường cho ông, và ngày ngày chúng con đều thành tâm để tụng kinh và niệm Phật để hồi hướng công đức cho ông. Thì một thời gian sau thì con đã thấy ông về, Ngày xưa đó ông là một người tài xế của Pháp, cho nên khi ông về đó không còn mặc những bộ đồ ngày xưa mà cũ kỹ như hồi còn sống nữa, nhưng mà ông mặc một bộ đồ vest rất là đẹp, đội cái nón và chiếc xe cũng là của người Pháp hết. Thì sau đó ông mới chào và ra đi, thì con chạy theo để lấy cái số biển xe, thì chiếc xe nó bay về trên mây, thì con không gặp ông nữa. Nhưng mà ông đã về báo với lại bà dì của con là nói là ông đã chứng thánh. Thì con chỉ muốn hỏi là cái điều kiện như vậy thì bây giờ đã 50 năm rồi, con đã gặp được thầy nơi này, con có thể thỉnh cái bài vị Rebirth hay là không? Dạ, con kính thưa thầy, dạ, chỉ bảo. Dạ, A Di Đà Phật.
Okay. Let's see how she translates her own mother. Pressure.
Hello, Master. During the Ullambana festival this year, hearing the gong and the drums and all the Dharma instruments has really filled my heart with a joy to the point where I feel like I would tear up from this experience, and all the Sangha contributing harmoniously. During this time, it makes me think of my grandfather, who has passed many years ago. I think it was 50 years ago, 50 to 30 years. And before I had a dream about him, I used to read the Earth Bodhisattva Sutra for him. So I saw him in a dream. And in that dream, I was riding a motorcycle, the ones I would ride with my children, the one that he would ride with his children. And during that motorcycle ride, afterwards, I flew to a shed, and in the shed, he was present there, and he looked very sorrowful, and I could tell that he was suffering. So afterwards, I would continue reading Earth Bodhisattva Sutras to him and to transfer the merit to him. Later on, after that time, I saw him in another dream. He was dressed as a French soldier from that time, and he was driving a car. I tried to run after the car, but could not catch up and could not get the license plate. Afterwards, I kept thinking about it, and my aunt told me that she also saw him in her dream as well. So I would like to ask you, after all this time, 50 years have passed, should I ask for a rebirth plaque for him?
Yes, you can. He's not in.
Vâng, có thể.
What? Go ahead. Go ahead home. You would like to make some corrections?
No, Master, I'm trying to translate what you just say to her, and I forgot to leave it on. I apologize.
Okay. There's no mistake?
It captured the question that she wanted to ask, even though there's some there that is not right, but then it's captured the question. So.
Okay. Yeah. I will not comment about mistakes or not. Okay. So anyway, he's not in the Pure Land yet. So even though he's been dead for so long already, 50 years is not that long of a time, really. It's still possible to help him. Okay, you can get a rebirth plaque to help him go to the Pure Land. Absolutely. Okay.
Nhưng mà con thấy cái đây, cái giấc mơ này là 30 năm về trước rồi thầy. 30 years ago, my dream, 30 years ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not much has changed. Okay. All right. Go Forest.
Yes. Emitofuo Master, I would like to find out if this Ullambana Dharma would work for the adoptive parents or only for biological parents. Emitofuo.
Why did you come up with all these questions? Next year, from now on, we restrict the questions. 3 only. Seriously? How come they never ask Master YongHua? They only ask me. I don't know, to be honest with you, okay? Because no one ever asked me that before. You guys give me a break. Okay, what is the principle behind this? The principle behind this is gratitude for our parents. What are the parents? The parents are the one who nurtured us, who brought us to this world, and who nurtured us. So to me, from that definition, then if you have parents, let me complicate the question a little bit. Suppose your parents gave birth to you, and then they passed. And then some other people took care of you. So there's parents number 2. So which one are these blessings supposed to go to? The first one or the second one? 1 or 2? 3. 3, obviously, right? 3. So therefore, it's not so, they don't even need to be your adopted parents. Could be someone that you consider to be your parents because for they having taken care of you and love you like a parent. I'm stretching a little bit, and I hope Buddha won't hit me on the head. Okay, and that's my logic. I think so. The answer to the simpler question is, I believe so. No more questions from that lady. I'm scared of her now. Just kidding. Finish your question just for today. And remember, only 1 hard question per session. Go ahead. Go for us.
I can ask another question. Thank you, Master. And this Ullambana Dharma only works on the 15th of the 7th month, or it can work on any other days. Thank you, Emitofuo.
Why don't you ask what happens to the Korean or the Asian whose 15th day was yesterday? And the European is like, even a little bit before that. Okay? You want to ask a question too? Anyone? Only on the 15th day of the lunar month. This 15th day of the 7th month on a lunar calendar. Okay? So therefore, the question then becomes, what happens to Asia versus America versus, Russia and whatever, Ukraine, whatever? Huh? What happens? What do you think, Catholic? This is all we have left, logic. It's not written, huh? What do you think?
I have no clue.
You see, the Catholics are not experienced. Whatever is considered to be the 15th day, that thing right there. So for example, today, is it really exactly the 15th day of the 7th lunar month or not? It is? Oh my goodness. Wow. No wonder so many of you. Huh? Oh, yay. Wow, I'm glad I'm here. my back was not that good today, so I thought, well, maybe I take a day off or not. But then somehow I said, go. Anyway, so in some cases, in some temples, before whatever the reasons, they might do it like before the day, the prior weekend or the following weekend, okay, for convenience, okay. And so it doesn't matter that particular day, whatever is considered to be the 15th day of the 7th lunar month, wherever the calendar is, people get together and do it for that particular occasion. It's all merged together. Is that clear? All over the Dharma realm. Okay? So it's the same thing. Yes, 7 in the back.
Thank you, Master. Our family, they really appreciate your helpings. My mother-in-law passed away the August 2nd, the week back to the Korea and joined the funeral very peacefully.
Mm-hmm.
And I explained to the 49 days to my husband's family, but they didn't believe at all. But they already.
The Buddhists or
they don't have a religion. But what my sister-in-law she's a Christian. So,
uh-huh.
But she can follow the 49 days. So she say, okay, you do the 49 days.
Yeah, many Korean Christians do the 49 days.
Yeah, kind of a traditional ceremony, something. Yeah, in Korea.
Right.
So
right.
they do finish the funeral very well, and they asking about which day is the 49th day, and so I think
Very good.
So, yeah. Even though my husband joined the ceremony yesterday first time.
First time.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That was your husband?
Yeah, my husband.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. So thank you so much. So that's why
it's nice for him to come. He cares.
Yeah, that's why most of.
No, it's kind of sweet because after a big loss like that, and you ask yourself, what can I do? And even though you're not Buddhist, you don't believe whatever, but the fact that what we're doing is in the spirit of trying to help, okay, and it touches people's hearts, so it's very helpful. It's very good for him. So your sincerity touched him. That's why.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah.
He never met us. He doesn't really believe at all. Okay, so it's from you. It's your blessings that touched him.
Yeah,
okay,
thank you so much.
Good for you.
I help the Sangha.
Yes.
Also, Master, another things, on behalf of I can help my mother-in-law because I met the Master, so she has a blessing also. But on the other hand, I'm kind of little bit sad, and my mother passed away a long time ago. So last year I requested the Rebirth play. So, but a few years ago, and a few days ago, my mother appeared in my dream, but it's not happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of worried about her. So I'm wondering how about her.
Don't worry about it. No, you're just being harassed. Don't worry. She's been taken care of. Okay?
Okay.
They cannot harass her anymore, but they can harass you. Okay? Don't worry. She's fine. Okay, I have a few more questions here, and then we have to go. We have a long day today. Go ahead. I'll go to my Buddhist disciples first. Sorry. Yes, 8.
Nhân cái vụ mà đông đảo quý vị Phật tử ở đây đó, ngày trước con nghe nhiều người nói rằng là chết mà chờ mở mắt ra chờ thì vuốt mắt lại nhắm, con không có tin. Nhưng mà cái hồi đám của mẹ con lên con chào quý vị, chào thầy và quý vị lên lo cho đám mẹ con, thì thầy biểu con là đi vô mẹ đi, mẹ chờ trỏng. Thì con vô con thấy mẹ con mở mắt chờ con rõ ràng, mà chết từ sáng tới giờ mà mở mắt chờ ngó con. Cái mặt tươi lắm. Cái con tới, cái con khóc, cái con nói xin lỗi mẹ, con nói bữa nay con đổi lơi vé máy bay lên sớm mà trễ lên rồi không có kịp để mà thăm mẹ. Thì là con nói như vậy, con khóc thì cái cô Hoa đó cổ chạy tới cô đấm cái lưng con, nói đừng có khóc cho nước mắt mà chảy lên mặt mẹ là không có nên. Thành ra con không dám khóc. Thì con xin lỗi mẹ con là con lên trễ thôi, mẹ tha lỗi cho con. Và mẹ đã nhìn thấy con chưa? Mẹ nhìn thấy con rồi thì con hôn mẹ, mà hồi giờ con sợ người chết lắm thầy, con không có dám rờ cái gì hết trơn. Mà bữa nay mẹ con sao con vuốt cái mặt mẹ con mà nó không có lạnh thầy à, nó vẫn ấm. Và con vuốt con mắt lại thì lần thứ nhất mẹ con nhắm một chút, lần thứ hai nhắm một chút, lần thứ ba là nhắm hết lại. Thì con cảm ơn vì là mẹ đã thấy mặt con rồi, mẹ không có nhớ, không chờ con nữa phải không? Thôi mẹ được thầy lo cho mẹ đi vãng sanh đi. Thì con nói xong vậy là con vuốt cái con rờ trong ngực á, ấm, rờ trong bụng cũng ấm lắm thầy à, mà trên trán cũng không có lạnh như là chết từ sáng giờ như mấy người khác. Vậy thì sẵn có quý vị ở đây, con nói rằng hồi giờ con nghe mấy người nói rằng là chết mở mắt chờ, mình chưa thấy cái mặt cái người nào bà thương bà chờ đó, hay là ông đó thấy mặt thương con chờ người đó thì mở mắt người đó vuốt mới nhắm lại được. Thì một lát sau là thầy Hiền Chỉ đưa thầy đi ra về rồi, ông vô ông thấy bà ngoại nhắm mắt lại. Cái xong cái ông nói rằng là đó, đây là bà ngoại nhắm mắt, mở mắt chờ Nguyệt Từ, thành ra Nguyệt Từ vuốt mới nhắm lại, chứ nãy giờ Hiền Chỉ vuốt thầy không có nhắm, mẹ không có nhắm, bà không có nhắm. Đó, thành ra sẵn đây con cũng thưa với thầy là hôm đó con vuốt mắt mẹ con nhắm mắt lại á thầy à. Dạ. Mở mắt ngó con mà cái mặt tươi lắm, mà vuốt lại cái mắt nhắm lại nó bình yên bình thản lắm. Con
This is very Vietnamese.
Con nhớ là con chỉ nhớ cái mặt đó thôi thầy. Dạ.
Let's not translate.
Thầy đã lo cho mẹ con. Dạ, con xin chào thầy.
No, the Catholic here, we don't want to let the Catholic know our secrets.
Emitofuo, so by this occasion we have a lot of lay disciple here, Buddhist disciple here. I would like to recount a story, is that usually when people pass away, the deceased will wait until the person he or she loves come to see her for the last time. If not, when you're trying to close their eyes, they won't close. So my mother, when she passed away, I could not come in time. So my flight got delayed, and when I came to the house, it was kind of late. It's been like supposed to be in the morning, but then I came in the late afternoon. So I went in, and then I apologized to my mom, and then Hua was there, tell me that don't cry, because when my tear that fall out onto my mother's face is not good. So I told my mom, have you seen me? And then I kissed my mother. Back then I was very scared, afraid of the dead people, dead body. But then I don't understand, but I kissed my mother, and then I tried to close her eyes. I did it first time is close a third, and then it took 3 times so that she can close completely. But I touched her body, I touched her face, her eyes, her head, forehead, and her belly is still very warm. And she closed her eyes like she just fall asleep. And after Master went away, and then Master Z come in and then tell me, Nhật Từ, did you see that? I have tried to close her eyes many times, but she would not close. But only when you come in, you close her eye. That's when she accepted it, and then she closed her eyes. But I saw that the face, the posture is very fresh and very vibrant. and I remember those. And I appreciate Master that had helped my mother rebirth to the Pure Land.
Okay, wow. Never heard of it before. All right. Yes, 9.
A Di Đà Phật, con chào thầy. Mẹ con đã mất nay cũng 7-8 năm rồi. Mà khi mà má chết đó, thì có trong vòng 49 ngày đó thì tụi con có đi cúng trai tăng cho má. Thì khi mà con quyết định cúng trai tăng rồi đó, thì tối hôm đó thì cái bức ảnh của má đó, hai bên cái trán đó thì nó chiếu sáng ra gì thì con cũng không để ý nhiều, nhưng mà em con thì nó để ý cái đó. Nhưng mà khi sáng tụi con cúng trai tăng cho má xong rồi đó, thì về nhà đó thì con thấy là ở trên hai bên mắt đó thì nó hiện ra hai cái bông trắng. Thì con cũng không có tin, không có nghĩ gì hết. Con nghĩ không biết cái đó là cái gì, tại lúc đó thì con theo thiền chứ con không qua tịnh độ, mà chỉ có em con thì nó là tịnh độ, thì nó có niệm Phật trong lúc má giảng sanh. Thì khi sáng đó thì con có ngồi thiền, thì con ngồi thiền xong rồi đó thì con ra con nhìn cái hình má con, thì con thấy đó là hai cái hoa sen rất là rõ. Thì con không biết là như vậy là má con có được về tịnh độ hay không, hay là con có cần phải thỉnh cái bài vị Rebirth cho má con hay không?
Emitofuo Master, so my mother has passed away 7 or 8 years ago, and when she passed away, within the 49 days, I also offer vegetarian meal to the Sangha, and I saw the first time when I saw the picture of her, the image of her, and on the forehead, two sides there's like the light coming out, but I'm not sure. No, I did not pay attention. And then the next day, also in the morning, I make vegetarian offering to the Sangha. When I went back home, they saw that in her eyes, there were 2 white flowers. And back then, I did not believe in Pure Land. I only practiced Chan. So, however, my sister believed in Pure Land, so she said that my mother already rebirthed to the Pure Land. So for me, I'm only practiced Chan. So then in the morning, I meditated, and then I went out. I saw also that in her eyes, the 2 lotus flower appear very clearly. But I'm not sure if she's already rebirthed to the Pure Land or not, or I should request the rebirth plaque for my mother. Thank you, Master.
She's not there yet. You could request some rebirth plaque for her. Okay. Do you still have a question or no? That's it. No? Yeah, you do? Okay. Quickly.
Quick question. Does this only help for the parents or also other generations before? And also, would this help also for future generations too?
Just for past generations. The current parents and 7 more prior generation of parents. Okay? That's according to the sutra. You look at the sutra and that's what it says. Okay, this is the last one, everyone. Yes?
Just quick comment, quick question. Daniel came over here today, made the effort in order trying to create blessing to help his mom because his mom has some issue. So he went through the ceremony today, made the effort to come here this morning. So that's a comment. And I have a quick question. Master seems happy today, Buddhist happy day. Please, would you consider doing chant workshop, doing something to help the people in Canada? A lot of them try to practice chant and they have no good network and advisor. They don't get answers and they don't really have a place to meditate. Thank you, Master.
Talk to the abbot here. She's in charge. Okay, she'll take good care of you. I'm just open my mouth and speak. Okay? The decision is hers. Okay? All right. Let's see. We'll see what we can do to help. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Let's do the lunch offering and continue right away. We're a little bit behind schedule.